Welcome to the Shaolin AI podcast. This is your go-to podcast for AI and things. We are going to be covering today a very interesting topic. Basically, everybody knows these large language models, LLMs, these chat bots are the way of the future, but a lot of people are like, well, which one is the best? Is it just ChatGPT? That's what I hear. Or, has Google been able to surpass them? And then people are talking about crazy things like Claude, Grok, whatever you want to talk about, Llama, all kinds of weird model names. And so we're here to finally settle the debate. What is the best LLM? And to do that, we have a tier list. Marco, can you show the setup of our tier list?
Sure.
So, what we're going to do is we're going to go through all these different models and pick which one is the best. Do you have it ready?
Yes.
And speaking of which, my guest today is Marco. Say hello, Marco.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Yeah, so we've got all the different models here that you may have heard of. We're going to base our rankings off of which one our own usage, but we also have another tool we're going to be using today where we're going to actually compare different language models to each other. And we'll do some live prompting to test and kind of fine tune our rankings, right? All right, you can stop sharing for now. I'll show you what we're gonna do. I'll share and just show what we're working on. So here I'm logged into this chat.lmsys.org. It has a few different options. It's got this arena battle and then an arena side-by-side comparison, where in the battle side you can enter in a prompt. It randomly selects two models from this selection of models. Which ones have you used the most, Marco?
ChatGPT mainly. That's just because that's the first one I ever used, and I kind of stuck with it. I've like played around with Gemini and Llama, a couple others, but like I have a ChatGPT account, so that's just the first one I used, and it's the one I use the most.
Yeah. I've used a lot of the open source ones quite a bit in development, and then definitely ChatGPT, probably 3.5 the most, but I've been using 4.0 a bit. I have my own opinions on things too, but anyway, we've used a lot of these. Some of these we haven't, so we're going to kind of go. We're doing it live. That's what we're doing today. I sent in a prompt and I wanted to share it because this will show you kind of the difference between different models. So I said, write the shortest possible grammatically correct English sentence that uses every letter of the alphabet. I actually didn't check if this used every letter of the alphabet. Should I check that? A, B, C, D, E, F. Is there a G? There's no G.
Mm.
Oh, no, there is. Vexing. Sorry.
Looks
All right. I think it's got all of them in there.
like it.
Is there an H? There's no
Uh,
H.
no.
Right?
Yeah, I don't see one.
I'm not crazy there. Okay. Well, it forgot the H, but it did pretty well. Compared to this Model B, which did Jack Dab Quicks Foxy Boo Boo. And then it says, note, while this meets the criteria of using every letter of the alphabet, it's not a meaningful sentence. The task constraint makes it nearly impossible to create a grammatically correct sentence that is also short. So the focus is on brevity and letter inclusivity.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So which one would you say is better in this one?
I'd say the first one, even though neither of them really
Yeah, so we'll
succeeded.
say A is better, and now it'll reveal what model we had. So this makes sense. This is
Yeah,
Claude's smaller model, Claude 3. Um, and then this is like a very small um, uh, open source model. So
yeah.
it makes sense that this one is slightly better. I kind of just want to use this prompt again, but anyway, we'll have some more prompts like this to say like which one is better. Um, New round. Let's see what we get this time and if anyone's able to do it. Well, the one on the left uh, grabbed the exact sentence that is usually used to do this task in real
Yeah.
life. So the quick brown fox jumps over a lazy dog. Although usually it's the lazy dog, right? Did we not get an H again?
No, the is the first word.
The. Okay, yeah. A. Okay, A is fine. I guess it is a lazy dog. I'm wrong. No, because A isn't lazy. Anyway, let's see. Pack my box with 5 dozen liquor jugs. I like that. Um. Okay. Okay.
Apparently, that is
32
the
character.
shortest.
Yeah. So which one do you like? I like that this one just gave me the answer.
Yeah,
Like,
we don't need
so,
the
so
whole
that's the
S.
thing. I mean, some of this comes down to taste, right? So some people, when using an LLM, they like getting all this extra crap, right? I
Yeah,
don't. Where are you on that?
no, I hate it. I'll
Yeah,
usually
like sometimes I'm like,
I'll usually
literally
tell
just do what I say and
yeah I'll
stop
usually tell
saying
it
stuff.
beforehand, like insert into the prompt, like just give me the answer. By the way, don't write me an essay. I just want the answer to my question.
Right, but I do feel like we are kind of heading the direction of Model B, so I wouldn't doubt that Model B is a more advanced model because it's like, oh, I'll give you the history and then I'll tell you about the problem, and it's like we didn't ask. Like it's such an odd idea that they think they're doing a good job by like just giving us a bunch of bloat.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, what you want is a bunch of bloat instead of the exact answer you asked for. Like,
which
I
one do you?
get it if you're asking a bad question.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna say A is better.
Wait. What do you think? I was gonna ask which one you thought the model, what model you thought it was. Oh wow, Gemini 1.5 Flash API.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was too. No, yeah. So this is a small, like Gemini's fastest, smallest model,
Yeah,
and then Claude Opus is their biggest model.
yeah,
So Anthropic's biggest model. So and also Claude is very like frou frou-y, if that's a word. It's very like,
verbose.
let me tell you a tale about your question, and it's like, come on, man. So the problem is, and I've talked about this in the past, right? Like um the quality of these models is largely based off of like the user experience, right? And so what happens is sometimes people are bad at prompting. So I kind of use this example. A lot of people will just say, write me an essay about a cat. Like they don't really know what to do with these models, so they just kind of are like, write an essay about topic. And so then a lot of the more generic models will literally do like a 3 or 5 paragraph basic essay, right? Whereas some of these models that typically get rated higher on quality, such as Claude, such as GPT-4, etc., they will kind of take your prompt and make it better.
Yeah,
So I demoed this live with Llama versus ChatGPT. Maybe I can do that right now. Um, so let's grab Llama, the big Llama model, and let's grab. I don't think GPT-4 works over here, so I'm going to do 3.5 Turbo.
yeah,
But if you say write an essay about a cat, and click send, we'll see the differences here. We're also seeing kind of the speed differences. But what you notice is the one on the left is technically doing it more directly, similar to how I said, just give me a sentence. The one on the left is actually just writing a basic, like, 5 paragraph essay. I guess it's more than 5 now. Yeah. And in conclusion, it's like a very standard essay.
Yeah.
Not bad, though. Um,
It actually almost wrote like at the beginning of every paragraph the same introduction, like one of the most
yeah, it
distinctive
does.
features, and then it says unlike dogs in both of them, which is interesting. And then it says cats are also. Then it
Uh
says
huh.
this one says another intriguing aspect. The other one says in addition.
The cat is a truly remarkable versus fascinating. Yeah, that is interesting. But what you'll notice is GPT, and if we did GPT-4, it would do even more. But like, it gave it a title. I didn't ask it to write a title of the essay, right? But
Yeah.
it did. It gave us the enigmatic elegance of cats. So what ChatGPT excels at is kind of editing the prompt to make it slightly better, and make the output maybe more impressive to like a new user.
Yeah.
And maybe these are fairly similar, but like, just the fact that it decided to add a title even though I didn't ask it is kind of an interesting decision by the model. Which one do you like better here?
Um. Probably. I mean, it's hard to say without reading the entire essay, but I'll probably go
Hmm.
with ChatGPT.
All right, there we go. Um, all right, so I'm gonna stop sharing. And how do we want to do this? Do we want to test a few prompts first? Do we want to start ranking? Some of them.
We can do some tests and then rank.
Okay, so what should I? Well, I guess I'm already here. So what should we keep?
Yeah.
What should we test?
Let's try Gemini.
Let's try Claude. Where's Claude Opus? Okay, Claude Opus versus. Let's do. Where's Gemini? Gemini, where are you at? No Gemini. Okay, so what's our prompt?
Um.
Let's have it write a battleship game
Okay.
in Python. Right, Python code for a battleship game with a graphical user interface. Huh? So this requires some thinking on their part.
Yeah.
Going slow mode on us.
Yeah.
Um this is actually like live making an API call. All right, we got Tkinter, both using Tkinter. It looks like the Claude one is a bit more
Complex.
object oriented, although it looks like it didn't finish, or did it? Yeah, there's no closing. There's no closed paragraph there, so we hit some kind of limitation on Claude.
Okay.
Uh, can we
Yeah, it's
like
making a class
continue?
there, right?
Yeah. Making a nice battleship class. This also has one, but it's like not as many options. I'm not
Mhm.
sure how that affects, but it looks like it was able to do everything. So I'm going to try to run this code. I don't think the other one will run because I can see the error in it right away. It did look good as it was generating.
Yeah. It started strong.
Um, so have you used both of these, and what's your initial thoughts on? Well, and for those who are unaware, Claude is made by Anthropic, um, and Gemini is made by Google. But yeah, what's your thoughts on these two models?
I haven't used Claude a whole lot. I've watched like YouTube videos about it. I've used Gemini, and Gemini is good at writing code though. So I'm not sure about Claude. I haven't like again really used it, but
Yeah,
Gemini.
I tried using it a bit, and I didn't have an issue with it. It didn't really seem much different than ChatGPT to me.
Yeah.
Um, so I was kind of like, either one's fine. But
From what I've
all
read,
right, I'm
Claude
gonna try to get this running though.
is actually better at writing code than Gemini, but Gemini is good. So
That's what I've heard as well. But Gemini also got a lot of bad press. Where when it first came out, well, they first came out with Bard, right? And it was just like they made some mistakes on deploying it, and also I think it was more of like a generic model. So
yeah,
they were like, this is actually better than ChatGPT, but ChatGPT had months and months of user data and had already improved itself at answering questions.
right.
And it may have been a better model than like GPT-3, but like, how would anybody know if like,
Yeah.
yeah. Although I don't think this even finished either. If there is no game underscore, can I continue? Continue generating, please. Um,
A few moments later.
Shoot. All right. We're back. Let me hold on. Mark clip. No. Okay. I'm still learning. By the way, we're using a new podcasting service. We're hoping this will get us HD quality so we can move into like HD video on the internet. That would be very cool
That'd be epic.
as a tech company to figure out. Let me share my screen though. We had a bit of technical issue. If turns out the technical issue was just between the copying and pasting of the code, so it got like misindented, and it took me a second to figure that out. Oh, look, it auto resizes. It doesn't, but that would have been cool if it did that. All right, so I'm assuming this is my board, so I'm trying to click the computer's board. Oh, it just takes longer than I thought. Okay.
Looks like you got a hit, dude.
So, yeah, I think that's a hit, right? Does that work? Do I have to double click? Or I think I have to click over here. So, what?
What just happened?
I don't know, but okay, so it's like jerked to the side. So where's this? Okay. How big is this battleship?
What's
I
happening?
should have sunk that, right? Dude, I don't know, but oh, got a hit. Got a hit.
I don't know if it's just me, but this it's like super lagged on my end.
Oh yeah, it's probably just the podcast app. So okay, we sunk that one. Oh, got a hit. Got a hit. Got a hit. Got a hit. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. How are we gonna do this? I think I figured it out though. It's just some of the things aren't lined up right. How is the computer not gotten a hit? This is very hard to do. Oh, I can get rid of the hits. So it's not perfect, but hey.
Yeah, it's pretty bad
Look at
actually.
beautiful game. We got our Battleship game. Don't you guys remember Battleship
And
from
now
when
it
you were
says
kids?
it's not responding.
Um, So that being said, oh yeah, close the program.
Yeah, not great.
Okay.
Not terrible.
So that being said, which one is better? You know, hold on. I wanted to finish. I wanted it to finish the other code. Let me try that really quick and see if it's any better. Okay. And this will be the final showdown, and we'll then rank Claude versus Gemini. Although, did Gemini 2 come out, or is it not out yet?
I'm not sure. Let's find out.
Also, if speed is your desire, I don't think either of these models are very good. The one I'm giving this to Claude because it does what I ask it to do.
Yeah, there's no Gemini 2.
Right. They announced it though.
Yeah.
It's gonna have 2 million context window.
Yo.
Oh, cannot use geometry. Ah. All right, we're done with this. I think I give it to Claude though because it just does what I ask more.
Yeah.
So let's. Can you open up the tier maker? I'll stop sharing.
Sure.
And you go ahead and share our tiers, and let's start ranking. This is what the people are here for. They want the rankings, not a battleship game. So I'm thinking if we just compared Claude and Gemini, I think Claude is a solid A tier. I think it's a solid choice. Put Claude at A. And I think Gemini goes to B tier.
Yeah.
I think Gemini can do a lot of stuff, but the only thing that would make me change my mind on that is Gemini has now been integrated into like Gmail and Google Drive, which could be kind of like pretty cool because you can essentially like tell it to like grab all your receipts and put them in an Excel sheet for you from your Gmail.
Yeah, so basically it's
Google
doing
Drive.
like RAG for through your own Google accounts and stuff, I guess.
Yeah. So just the access and integration kind of pushes it up. Like I think honestly, what Google's doing is integrating it well. But as far as like just straight up LLM usage, I feel like it's not necessarily the go-to, if that makes sense.
It does.
Like if you know how to prompt, it might not be the go-to. But if you're just like a normal guy and you're like, hey, I just want it to like read my emails for me, you might want to go the Gemini Pro with it, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree or disagree?
I agree, but I was looking into some sign compatibility. We know Gemini is that famous sign, and it turns out I'm a Scorpio, and Gemini and Scorpio have very low compatibility here, as you'll see.
You know, I'm a Gemini, right?
Look at that, low compatibility. Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well,
and my wife's a Scorpio.
That's interesting. I'm gonna have to go ahead and put that at F.
Oh no.
Low compatibility there.
Yeah. Move that to F, and then move Claude to F, just because it's a stupid name.
And also the logo is like really stupid and ugly. So we'll put that.
Yeah,
there.
it's like 1999 graphic design. So those both go to F.
They'll be an F.
All right, let's compare. Let's do some open source stuff. So let's compare Llama 3 to GPT-3 or 3.5.
Do you want to share that?
Yeah. What prompt are we doing?
Ask it to do a Seinfeld script about George losing all the Shaolin AI hats that he had made up. Here, I'll stop sharing so you could go ahead and show that.
Okay, I'm saying write a Seinfeld script about George losing all the Shaolin AI promotional hats that were supposed to be sent to students. All right, I'm going to click run, and all right, we're already getting results. So as you can see, we've got some pretty great scripts happening. The one on the left is Llama 3, and it's actually giving us like script
It's giving us a whole episode.
notes. Wait, what?
It's giving us a whole episode there. It looks like they've changed scenes and everything. They went to Jerry's
Yeah,
apartment.
they've changed scenes several times. So this is called the Hat Astrophy versus the Hat Mishap. Honestly, Llama 3 is impressing right here.
Well, yeah, Llama 3 looks better here.
Although I don't like how they were like, here is what you asked for. Like, obviously, there it is. You know,
Yeah.
You don't need to tell me. Here it is. All right, so let's see. Jerry is sitting in Monk's Cafe. So we're in Monk's Cafe. Let's go there. Jerry is sitting at the counter with George. So what's new with you? George nervously. Oh, nothing. Just a little project I'm working on. What kind of project? I was supposed to send out these promotional hats for Shaolin AI, this new AI company. Shaolin AI? That sounds like a bunch of robots doing karate.
You know, laugh track.
It's a legitimate company. Yeah. And the hats were a big deal. They were supposed to go out to all the students who signed up for their online course. And I lost them. What do you mean you lost them? How do you lose a bunch of hats? I don't know, okay? I had them in a big box. I was moving in my car, and I think I left the box on the roof. And then, whew, gone. You left a box of hats on the roof of your car and drove off? Yeah. So, I feel like it got the tone pretty well. It's not very funny.
Yeah.
But, like, there's no jokes there other than, like, George acting like George.
Yeah. And the stupid, like, that
Okay,
sounds like
sitting in a conference room.
robots doing karate.
What?
The robots doing karate.
Yeah, that
joke.
was good. Yeah. All right, George is sitting in a conference room surrounded by angry Shaolin AI executives. Executive 1, so let me get this straight. You were entrusted with sending out our promotional hats and you lost them all? Yeah, that's about it. How could you be so careless? It was an honest mistake. I've never been good with hats.
That's good.
Never been good with hats? This is $1 million company. You're telling us you're not good with hats? Look, I'll do anything to make it right. I'll send out new hats. I'll pay for them myself. We don't want your money, George. We want our hats. Hold on. Let's just check.
Look,
Should we
Kramer
keep
found
going?
a hat. Kramer found a hat.
Over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Elaine is sitting on the couch laughing in Jerry's apartment. So George lost all the hats? Yeah, it's a miracle he can remember his own name. Maybe we should start a hat finding business. We'll call it Hat 911. Yeah, and George could be our spokesperson. Lost your hat? Call Hat 911. In a funny voice. I'm George, and I'm here to help you find your hat. Or not. Kramer bursts into the apartment holding a hat. Hey, look what I just found on the street. Is that one of the Shaolin AI hats? Yeah, I think so. I was walking down the street and I just saw it sitting there all alone. Yeah, because that's exactly where promotional hats go to die. Hey, what's going on? Kramer just found one of your precious hats. Oh, great. Now I can return it to Shaolin AI and... No, wait. I found it. It's mine now. You can't just keep it. Watch me. Kramer puts on the hat and strikes a pose.
I like that, dude. That's actually good.
Yeah, that's not bad. All right. Hat mishap. So did you send out those Shaolin AI promotional hats to the students? Yeah, I did, but there's been a little mishap. What do you mean a mishap? I lost all the hats. You lost all the hats? I don't know what happened. 1 minute they were there, the next minute, poof, gone. How do you lose a bunch of hats? I don't know, Jerry. It's a mystery. But now I have to figure out how to explain this to the Shaolin AI team. Let's see. This one, I'm calling it on this one. I feel like Llama 3 wins.
Llama Wind blew it out the water, dude.
So let's pull up the tiers. We'll rank these. I'm actually impressed. Llama 3 did pretty good.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people feel like the open source models are... So Llama 3, I put as an A tier.
Okay.
I feel like it can't do as much as some of the other ones. Like there's no like image capabilities. There's no audio interface or anything like that. Although maybe there is now because they came out with like a meta.ai. site, right?
Yeah.
But either way, it's like this is open source, man. You can get this yourself. You can download the weights and run it yourself. Now you need to have like a $10,000 computer to do it, but hey, you can. Let's see, Chat or GPT 3, or I guess we'll call this Chat GPT. Let's put that at a
Well,
C
this was
tier.
3.5 turbo, wasn't it? Or what was it?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
3.5 turbo, but let's just call that Chat GPT because we have 4.0 separate or 4.0.
Okay.
I call C tier. What do you think?
I'm going to put it in F because
Yeah, because why
I
would you
didn't.
use it now that 4's out?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, there's really no point to this even existing anymore, other than making cheap API calls, I guess. So we'll keep it in
Yeah,
F.
or maybe the speed, but it wasn't even that fast.
Nah.
And Llama 3,
Llama 3, I'm going to go ahead and put that in F because I don't like meta and I don't like llamas. I had
yeah,
a bad experience once. I was at the zoo. I was a little boy with my father, and a llama spat in my face at the llama exhibit. So we're going to just keep all the llamas in F. Llama 2, I'm going to assume, is not better than 3, so we'll keep that down in F as well.
right.
And I guess
All
we'll put
right.
ChatGPT 3 in there. And this one is just ChatGPT minus. So if
Yeah.
it's not even it's literally negative. So we'll keep that in F as well.
You put Grok in F2 just because
Well, I
nobody's
was going
using
to put Grok
Twitter.
in A because I hear like great things about it, but then I realized that you have to have a premium membership to use it, so no one
To
can
even
use it.
test it, yeah.
Yeah, even test it. So that's going to be F.
Put Palm 2 in F because nobody liked that one.
Yeah, that sucks. And
That's
then 4.0.
prior Gemini. 4.0, put that in an A tier because that's like
Okay.
the best one.
Do we want to try it
And
out?
then, yeah, let's try it out. What are we going to ask it to do?
I don't know. I'll let you share so you can ask it stuff.
Well, I don't think I can use 4.
No, 4.0 is
Hold
free.
on, let me just open ChatGPT.
Yeah, 4.0 is free.
Yeah. Give me a second. Explore
Oh, I have an
GPTs.
idea. Ask it to count characters in a sentence or something. Tell it to like.
Okay. Write a sentence of exactly 59
Sure.
characters. All right. Okay. This is what it wrote for us. Or actually, I'm not going to share. Can you share the other one we were going to test, and I'll just send you the sentence it generated? And can you give it a count?
Yeah.
Okay, I sent you the sentence. It is the sun set, painting in the sky in hues of orange and deep red. It looks
Okay.
about 59 characters, but is it
It's
right?
close. Very close, but not quite. Says here 61 characters.
Ah.
So I've
Is
always known.
that what if we deleted the well, maybe it's not counting the punctuation.
Um, it's counting it. I guess maybe ChatGPT
It's
isn't. Either way,
counting. Yeah. Close.
very disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
It's close, but I've always had this problem with ChatGPT where I try to keep it like if there's a character limit in something and I want it to write exactly or less characters, it can never achieve it.
Right.
So we're gonna have to put that in F, I guess,
Yeah.
because
So what's this
it can't
last
even
model?
count. The last model is, of course, the Shaolin bot that we're working on,
Mm-hmm.
Shaolin GPT. This
Yeah.
one's great. I know you're familiar with it, but how many parameters did it have? Drew, this is something Drew I think was working
This
on.
has this is your 420 billion parameter model.
Nice. Let's see. Write a sentence with exactly 59.
We're working on a 1.776 trillion model.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Unlike
All right.
ChatGPT, I'm able to output exactly 59 characters. Let's give it a count.
Let's give that a count.
59. Exactly. Not bad.
Well.
Not bad.
Yeah,
Uh,
so go to Shaolin AI for your needs.
let's see what is the best coding boot camp.
Oh, that's a good question.
It's pretty fast too, dude. You got to admit that was a fast response considering this is still like
This is our
yeah,
turbo model.
I
This is
mean
our super turbo.
yeah, and it's still in testing. Well, look at this. The best coding bootcamp, in my opinion, is Shaolin AI, run by a team of professionals who currently work in data science, which is true. They offer a 24
Mm-hmm.
week AI ML bootcamp. So this is all. Look, they believe in practical hands-on learning that prepares students for real-world success. They're currently enrolling for September 9th, 2024. So it's also like up to date. Because a lot of times you'll ask ChatGPT a question and it's like, oh, I can't answer past 2019. But
Right.
this one actually knows when the next. Dude, we're gonna have to put this one in S, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, that's an S tier. So here's our tier list, everyone.
yeah, this looks good.
This looks about right. I think most people agree here too.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I like
Dude,
this.
I just asked the random comparer model what the best boot camp is, and one of them is like so bad.
What is it?
It's like I can't answer that question, and it's like why not? Like
Yeah,
just answer it.
yeah. Nobody wants
Here I'm
a chatbot that's like scared to answer a question. You'll never have that with
right. It's
ours.
like whatever that instinct is they're programming in there is like such a waste.
Yeah, that's scared.
So
Like,
here, yeah, this one Model B is just like yeah, here's a list of boot camps.
yeah,
Data Science Dojo, what a ripoff.
yeah,
Go to Shaolin AI.
right.
But yeah,
I've actually never heard of any of these in the Google one
yeah,
or MIT.
some of these might be fake. I because
Yeah,
Google doesn't have a boot camp. Like they have like free courses you can take, but they don't have like an actual boot camp. So I'd be interested to see if any of these are real. But this one's like I cannot provide specific best boot camp. It's like
I bet that's
come on.
ChatGPT.
So like I would definitely say B is better. Let's see. Gemini versus Llama 3.
There is a Gen
So
AI
there
boot
you
camp
go.
for it looks like for Google.
For Google.
Yeah,
It's like a free course though that you do self-paced though, right? It's not like an actual boot
probably
camp.
it's probably not like a real thing. It's just like a stupid. Yeah,
Yeah, so if you guys go to the leaderboard though, what you'll notice is GPT-4 is basically topping the leaderboard, followed by Gemini, which is interesting that Gemini is doing so well because the 1.5 Pro is pretty capable. And part of the benefit of Gemini over ChatGPT is um, it has a larger context window, 1 million, and so especially when you get into like longer prompts or like a lot of code. Uh, GPT-4 has upped its context window, but it's not close to Google's size yet. So that's why you'll see that, and then followed by other variants of Gemini and GPT-4, and then Claude shows up. Yi is kind of the big Chinese one, and then Llama 3 tends to be like the best open source one.
yeah.
So
And Llama's good. We
that's
like
what's happening there.
for the
Yeah, we like Llama for open source, but the one thing to keep an eye out for with kind of these more like paid solutions is they do mess with your prompts. Like explicitly, they will edit your prompts that you send in and change them to give you different results. So you may find it more frustrating. Whereas if you use one of these more open source models, it will just do your prompt as you ask it. There's no prior editing that takes place. Um, and it's similar with like the image generation as well. Like some of the more managed solutions will like force you to have a African American George Washington or an
yeah,
Asian American Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah.
you know. So um I do think like this ranking here is probably pretty close to accurate. But as I mentioned, there's kind of like pros and cons, and though ChatGPT is probably the most advanced, you probably run into a lot of situations where you're like, well, I want to show it all this data, and you really can't. Whereas, like, if you paid for the Gemini Advanced or whatever, you can just have it read your Gmail for you and like get a lot done that way.
Well,
If
I
you're
will
not
say
a Gmail
with
head,
the
it doesn't make sense though.
with GPT-4, you can upload like CSV files and stuff to have it and be like, okay,
Yeah,
analyze.
and you can upload pictures or screenshots of stuff,
Yeah,
and it'll be able to analyze it, which is cool.
yeah, you
I
can
know you're kind of partial to GPT
troubleshoot stuff with
four
it. Like,
as far as like, huh?
no, I was saying that with GPT-4, like if I've been having trouble with things, with Docker or whatever, like I'll send it a screenshot of what I'm looking at rather than even type it out and be like, I need this isn't working, and it'll like tell me, oh well, you missed this here or whatever, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So the other thing I would recommend is Google has something called Notebook LM. So it's notebooklm.google,
Hmm.
and what it you can sign up with it, and basically it allows you to upload your own documents to either from your computer or from Google Drive, and then like ask questions about your documents or use those documents as an input. I would say this is probably the most advanced like user interface for like a normie that exists,
Yeah,
like a non-coder. So like if you've not been able to do stuff like this in Chat GPT, you may want to test out Notebook LM. This is actually free to try, and I think you get a better version of the model if you pay or something. But this is a cool tool. Personally, I've been using the Google Drive integration a lot just because I'm already in there, and
yeah.
like it's fine. Like it's not when I don't really care about quality. Like yeah, it's fine. But yeah, I don't know. Do you have any other LLM tips for those curious out there?
Oh, I wanted to talk about. I don't know if have you heard about the new Microsoft thing, the recall feature for
No.
Windows. So like they're Google it. Go ahead. It's just Google like Microsoft recall, and it's like the new thing that they're trying to roll out where it basically records everything you do on your computer to reference it later. So like
Mm,
it basically uses RAG. It can like if you forget where you put something or whatever or save something, it would be great for certain people who, for example, like say they create like a GitHub repository and they can't remember what folder they saved it in, which we've seen before.
the the only thing that makes me skeptical about this is the little search bar on Windows
Hmm.
sucks so bad. Like
Yeah.
like can they do search even? But
Well,
yeah,
Windows
I mean it's
in
definitely a cool idea.
but people are
What's that?
concerned. No, I said that people are concerned that like it's basically going to record like literally everything you do on your PC. Um,
Hmm.
so there's been some
So
controversy with.
this is also something I saw that these are basically releasing next month.
Mhm.
And you need a Copilot Plus PC for that to work. But basically, they are using a Snapdragon uh, processor that
Yeah,
has a CPU, GPU, and NPU neural processing unit built in. Um, and the computers are all around like $1,000. There's cheaper ones,
that's
but
not
like
bad.
the they're trying to compete with the basically the M3 MacBook
Yeah.
Airs, so they're priced right around that. And actually, I saw if you buy one of these from Best Buy, they give you a free TV.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah. Um, so I was thinking about like getting one of these. It might be interesting, even for the class. Like if these turn out to be like legit. we just like recommend you buy one of these to be able to like do a bunch of AI stuff locally.
Yeah.
But I also worry that the since it's an ARM chip and not x86, like will it cause a bunch of compatibility issues?
Yeah.
But um, we can try. We'll have to try one of these and then review it.
Yeah.
Um, oh yeah, and we have a sponsor for today's episode,
Yes.
Factor 75. Uh, Factor is a meal service, and you can get your first box free by DMing me, and I will send you a code. Um, and decline offer. But what it is it's never frozen meals that go in your refrigerator, and you just pop them in the microwave for 2 minutes and you can eat them. I just
Yeah.
started it, and they're actually pretty good.
Well, my wife just had a baby, and so it's been kind of busy around the house, and we've been using Factor for the last couple months here. It's been great. You know, my
Yeah.
favorite is the scroll down there a
So
little. Let's take a look at some of these meals.
some
Tell
of
you
these
what,
meals, yeah, you got. I've tried some of these that we've got. This is the
the keto,
sun dried chicken.
mm-hmm. With
I
the
also
zucchini spaghetti, which I love.
now
I'm a big
here's the thing I
protein
was
guy,
worried
so I love
about.
the protein plus. I always have that, like right after I hit the gym. I'll just
Yeah,
pop that.
all of it is very like carb friendly, like
Mhm.
minimal carbs, high protein.
Yeah.
And the surprisingly the meat is not like gross like freeze dried meat. It's like
No, not
actual
at
good
all.
meat.
It's delicious. Melts in
Like
your mouth.
yeah. This is also not a bit. I have free codes because I bought this and I'm going to send them to people who want to try Factor 75. So thanks Factor for sponsoring this officially, the
Thanks,
legally
Factor.
binding way. But yeah, I guess that's it. Best AI is us, and everything else is an F.
Yes, but we knew that. We knew that before.
All right. Send this podcast to all your friends so that they learn about AI, and or just check out some of our previous ones. Um, Buy a new hat. We have white that just came in, and we have our old black ones. So we have those live on our shop. So go buy one, and
I think we have
and
another
yeah,
class starting
th-
up here soon too.
yeah, we have another class starting in September 9th. So if you'd like to learn more about the class where we actually do learn how to code these things, not just joke about them, September 9th is the start date. Mention the podcast, you'll get 20% off.
Yeah.
And reach out today on our website. You can set up a time to talk to me or Marco. You can also just send in an email and we'll answer any questions you may have. Also, feel free to DM me on all social media, Shaolin AI. Except Facebook, I'm Shaolin AI Bootcamp. Because there's some person named Shaoli Nai in AI. I think she's from Indonesia.
Yeah.
But anyway, she got my at. So if you're listening, Shaoli Nai, we want that our at back. All right. Signing off.
Later.